Hello. I've been getting a lot of requests on how to do specific maneuvers for the RC helicopters, so the first one I'll be teaching is a PiroFlip. There's 5 basic steps. I'd highly recommend working at each one until you get it down properly. The step 1 is traditional stationary type upright pirouetting hover. Then working on the inverted is step number 2. Step 3 is upright to inverted transitions. I'll go in more in detail on what I mean by watching the tail and nose for the inverted to upright as well. And step 5 is constant transitions between step 3 and 4. Towards the end of the video I do have a little bit more recommendation on what to practice, and because steps 3 and 4 are a little bit tedious and it's kind of rushed, so if you need a little bit extra help or want to get a better general idea on how to approach it, just watch towards the end, and I show a little bit more steps. So I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Alright, so first I'll do a quick example on how it should look in the end, and hopefully yours is really similar. You can go really slow or fast, it's really up to you on what your preference is. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so the first step is a stationary pirouetting hover. Now if you can already do this, just skip to the next step, but for those who can't, go at 4 points, do a 4-point hover, and get your orientation correct. Once you can do that, just use those 4 points while you're pirouetting and make the little adjustments. So you can start out slow or fast, but just keep in mind whatever speed you're at for a rudder, that's how fast you're going to be doing a pirouetting or PiroFlip. So just do as slow as possible, small increments, using the nose facing you or tail facing you, and the side adjustments. Okay, and once you're comfortable with this, you can go into the next step. So step 2 is going to be pretty much the exact same steps, just go inverted. Use your 4 points, tail face you, tail left, nose face you, and tail to the right. Use those 4 points to do the inverted pirouetting hover. Start slow and then progress your speed until you're really comfortable in doing them. Like I said, it's pretty much the exact same steps as step number 1. Alright. So steps 3 and 4 are going to be a little bit more difficult. I can guarantee you though, once you can get these steps down, you should be able to do a PiroFlip just fine. It might take some practice, but I'll show you a quick example on what it should look like for this step. You want to start with an upright pirouetting hover, like step 1, and basically it's just going to look like this. Something easy like that, but can be tedious. Alright, so the first step is watching your tail. As a tail, like this is only my method, I'm sure some other people use this, but as a tail approaches you, you can start with the upper right, or sorry, elevator to the forward position, and that's going to begin your stir to a clockwise rotation. So as the tail approaches you, I'm going to start with the upper elevator and do a small stir. Same thing applies for a faster rudder. If you're going to go really fast, and you're going to have to stir a little bit quicker. Like if you want to do it really quick like this, then you have to do a quick whip, but that can take time to learn. Just practice that, but for now just do a nice and slow pirouette and do a small and slow stir. Just keep it there in the inverted hover, and then if you know how to do it already, then you can go inverted to upright, but for now, just do that. And that's basically it. Just make sure you keep your eyes on the tail Watch it as it approaches you. Slow stir. Now what you're looking for is, if you watch a disc, you can see it flips forward every single time. Make sure you do this. If it's kind of sideways and all over, try to correct that. And keep, like, once you're comfortable and looking at the tail, look at the rotor, and as you're doing the flip, make sure it flips in that direction and try to keep it like that. It's better practice. Because if you're trying to learn this and then you flip it to the right or something, and you might lose orientation and crash like this. So the best way is just to keep an eye on that disc rotation. Keep your orientation a lot more locked in, especially if you watch the tail. And as it approaches you, you can start the spin each time, and that's kind of your starting point. So step number 4 is like, it's almost exactly the same as step number 3, except you're going to watch the nose now. You'll be inverted and a little bit more disorientated, but okay, so obviously here's what it's going to look like. Now you're going to be watching your nose, and that's it. So since you can already do the upright to inverted transition, you might as well continue doing that, but for now, just inverted to upright. So now instead of watching your tail approaching you, your nose is going to be approaching you from the right side versus tail to the left, but same exact stir rotation. So you're going to start with your elevator forward and go in a clockwise position. So nose facing me, upper right, whip it all the way around. Just nice and easy and slow. Same thing applies as far as the disc. Keep it in this type of fashion for now. You can learn other ways for like a chaos or something similar, which I can teach down the road, but for now, just keep your inverted hover. And then as the nose approaches you, start with the elevator and work your way around. Now with steps 3 and 4, as far as the rudder and your pitch, you want to try to keep it as slow as possible. Your rudder, you can keep the constant speed. It doesn't really matter. It's really preference, or if you lose orientation, you want to slow down, you can do that. But when you're going from inverted to upright as well, just go easy on the pitch. Don't force it too much, and just go nice and slow. Okay, I'll do one more, just really slow. Okay, so that's roughly it right there. Okay, so steps 3 and 4, putting them together. Just start with your regular upright to inverted. Wait a little bit, and then try to grab it again with your nose. Wait a little bit, and grab it again. Repeat this until you can sort of speed it up, so you can grab it once, hit it again, grab it again. And that's really the general idea. If you want to do like the final result, you're gonna have to change the stir a little bit, but here, I'll just do a quick example again. Like, I'm still watching for the nose if you look at that. So there's a tail, nose, there's a tail again. You can see I'm always watching that, and if you're doing it really fast, you're gonna have to stir it a couple more times per rotation. So this will be like the hardest result. So you have a preference. You can kind of whip it each time to get the rotation, or you can go really slow once you progress down the road. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, for my first tip, step number 3. Every time you watch a tail, it's going to approach you, right? So for a smaller little practice, you can do this to the beginning. I'll go a little bit higher so you can see. So you know how you have to start with the elevator forward and then begin your stir. Try to do like a half flip and just go nice and slow. Try to practice these. And it slowly gets your orientation. You can do the exact same thing for step 4, nose face you. Just kind of push it forward and do that same little rotation. I'll quickly just do it one more time. And then nose, the exact same stir, except you're just adding negative pitch now. Okay, and my other tip is, say you're doing your PiroFlips and it's kind of going off course. Like you're keeping the disc rotation proper by keeping it like a forward direction like this, but then it's kind of drifting off and you want it stationary like this. But then you're doing them, it's kind of going way off here, and the reason for that is your pirouettes for your hovering isn't quite there yet. So I would highly recommend starting your piro hover kind of on an angle anywhere, and then try to counteract that and go into a hover. You can try it coming at you as well, like all directions, and then just slowly move it forward and then get into a nice hover. Same thing will apply for inverted, and then I'll do one more to the left here. So it's coming down here, drifting. Just practice your orientation for the hover, pirouetting hover, until you get it down properly. That way when you're doing your PiroFlip, you can kind of balance it and get it in a nice fashion. Then you can start your next rotation. Because if you're doing your flip and then you're sideways, and then you're going to do another flip, and then it's just going to get worse and worse. Obviously you can correct it, but it's better to get it nice and level first and then start it again. Then you won't drift as much because you know the orientation of your pirouetting. Now obviously same thing applies for this whole tutorial with the reverse. Not going to really go over anything, but it's going to be the exact same step. It's just the feel of the stir and everything will be a little bit weird at first, but that pretty much concludes this tutorial. If you have any other questions or suggestions, just leave your comments down below and I'll get back to them. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks again for watching.